Good morning. Welcome to our class today. Today we have Hannah and Abraham and Tappy, and I'm Phoebe. We're going to start the class by singing Jesus in the Morning.
Jesus in the morning, Jesus in the noontime, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus when the sun goes down. Love Him, love Him, love Him in the morning, love Him in the noontime, love Him, love Him, love Him when the sun goes down. Serve Him, serve Him, serve Him in the morning, serve Him in the noontime, serve Him, serve Him, serve Him when the sun goes down. Thank Him, thank Him, thank Him in the morning, thank Him in the noontime, thank Him, thank Him, thank Him when the sun goes down. Praise Him, praise Him, praise Him in the morning, praise Him in the noontime, praise Him, praise Him, praise Him when the sun goes down.
Now let's sing Isn't He Wonderful?
Isn't He wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard, it's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Isn't He wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard, it's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Isn't He wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard, it's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful?
Our next song is Trust and Obey.
Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. When we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He sheds on our way. When we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey.
And now we're going to sing I Have Decided to Follow Jesus.
I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. Though none go with me, I still will follow. Though none go with
week's story about the Pharaoh finally letting the Israelites go, today we're going to continue the story by seeing how the Israelites left Egypt. As soon as King Pharaoh set the Israelites free, the Israelites set off in a hurry to leave Egypt.
Wow, look at all those people. Well, all of those people took all of their belongings plus the gold, silver, and gifts that the Egyptians gave them. And God brought them to the desert by the Red Sea.
During the day, God led the Israelites by a pillar of cloud. Look at that pillar over there that always stayed in front of them and never disappeared. All night long, God led the Israelites by a pillar of fire that showed them which way to go. Look at how bright that is. You can't miss it.
It was a lot of walking, but God eventually led them to the shore of the Red Sea where they camped.
Meanwhile, just as God had warned Moses, Pharaoh and the Egyptians changed their minds and they wanted the Israelites back to work for them.
I want the Israelites to come back and work for me. I want all of my soldiers and all of my chariots to chase after the Israelites.
When the Israelites saw the Egyptian troops coming towards them, they cried out in fear.
Ah!
Then the people started complaining to Moses.
Moses, have you brought us into the desert to die? We'd rather be alive working in Egypt than to die in the desert.
Moses then told the Israelites,
Don't be afraid. Stand firm and see how God is going to deliver us. The Lord is going to fight for us, and you will never see the Egyptians ever again.
God told Moses, tell the people to move forward towards the Red Sea. Then hold your staff high and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide it so that they can cross it on dry land. And Moses listened and he obeyed.
Remember the pillar of cloud that we heard about earlier? That moved between the Egyptians and the Israelites. That night, the Egyptians were in darkness, but the Israelites were in light.
So Moses obeyed what God told him. He stretched out his hand, and God drove the sea back with a strong wind, and that land turned dry.
The people passed through the sea with a wall of water on either side of them. Wow, that must have been some really strong wind. Let me try. I have some water here. Can I blow this to a wall? Nope, I can't. God must have sent some really powerful winds to help out the Israelites.
The Egyptians tried to chase after the Israelites through the dry land of the Red Sea, but God made their wheels stop working, and everyone in the Egyptian troops were so confused.
Why aren't my chariots working? Why can't I move? What's going on? God is fighting for the Israelites. Let's get out of here.
God then told Moses to raise his hands over the sea. When the sun rose, the walls of water collapsed and the dry path disappeared. The whole army of Pharaoh were swept away. No one survived.
Oh no.
The Israelites were safe and sound on the shore, and they knew that God had delivered them, just like he had promised. so the Israelites could really now put their trust in him.
Moses and all the Israelites that escaped Egypt sang a song about their rescue to thank God.
Aaron's sister Miriam, who was a prophet, took tambourines and led everyone in a dance to celebrate.
Alrighty. Do you remember the song Let My People Go? We have 3 more verses for you to learn.
When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. The Lord told Moses what to do. Let my people go. To lead the Hebrew children through. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. As Israel stood by the waterside, let my people go. At God's commanded to divide, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Lord, help us all from bondage flee. Let my people go. And let us all in Christ be free. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
Wow, what a crazy, mind-blowing story. Hannah, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was when the Israelites were leaving Egypt and God was leading them with a pillar of clouds in the day and a pillar of fire at night. That's so cool that he used clouds and fire to lead the Israelites.
That is so cool. And when the Israelites got to the Red Sea, they camped there, and the pillar of cloud went between them and the Egyptians. So it protected them. That was really amazing to me.
I agree. And I have another amazing part of the story. At night, God used the strong winds to blow back the waters of the Red Sea. Let me try that again. Still can't do it. Wow, God was amazing. He pushed back those waters so that the Israelites walked straight through on dry land.
And then the entire Egyptian army was completely killed by the sea, and the Israelites were safe on the other side of the sea. What an awesome story.
Hey, I noticed that the Israelites were complaining to Moses when they saw that the Egyptians were coming after them.
That's not a great attitude.
The Israelites weren't grateful that God had delivered them out of Egypt.
Not at all. You know, sometimes you want to complain. Maybe you don't want to eat your vegetables. Or maybe someone took your toy. But unlike the Israelites, we don't have to complain because we can see that God has already given us everything. So instead of complaining, how about we say, Thank you, God, for giving me everything that I need. We can also follow the example of the Israelites at the end of our story today, where they remembered that God saved them and they sang and they danced and it made them so happy.
If I was an Israelite, I would have been so scared when I saw the Egyptians coming.
Well, you're not alone, Hannah. A lot of the Israelites were scared, but God told the Israelites, "Don't be afraid," because God had already a plan to save them.
Yeah, and Moses was an Israelite too. But guess what? He wasn't afraid because he trusted that God would keep his promises and save them.
That's right. Even today, we might be in a scary situation and we don't know what to do. If we trust and obey God, He will always lead us to the right place.
We didn't get too many pictures this week, but let's take a look at the ones we did get. Wow.
Great job.
Nice details.
Good coloring.
So beautiful.
Cool.
Good job.
You know what to do. After this, okay, no, I can't do this, Phoebe.
After this, draw a picture of today's story and have your mom and dad send it in to us. We really want to see your pictures this week. Bye.